What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome to Feathered Leo Tarot, where it's Leo here all the time. It doesn't matter where it's at in your chart, or if you're a cross watcher, come on in. Welcome back. I'm Feather. I'm a life coach. I pull tarot cards. We talk about a situation, and we get some advice. It's up to you on whether or not you resonate and what you do with the advice. So thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that fun stuff. Clicking that bell, and if you're here during the live, come over here and say hello to me in the chat by clicking the live chat button down below. We're going to talk about a current situation. You may or may not resonate with that situation, but we're going to find out what the obstacles are in a current situation and see if we can get you any advice. Thanks for listening to the podcast. For those of you out there, we are in the reading screen now. And let's find out from my Leos. Happy birthday, Leos. Happy birthday, Leos. Current situation. Leo is hanging tight, holding back. What are you holding back from or whom? You could be dealing with another Leo, Libra, Virgo, or Taurus. Oh, so this is shut down. Shut it down. So current situation is this connection is closed. Cycle is closed. Could have been dealing with a Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. What I get here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as well. What I am getting here, Leo, from what I am seeing, the communication was horrible. Lack of communication. Communication could have been spotty. You could have been dealing with somebody who was on again, off again, somebody who was wishy-washy, in and out of your life, on again, off again, in and out of your life. It looks like there was a lack of communication or an argument. I really feel it was a lack of communication. Communication was key. It is always key. When you're dealing with somebody who's not willing to cooperate, to work things out, to barely, to create a balance with you, what are you going to do? So it looks like there was a bare minimum balance here. Friendship, cooperation to a degree. But there was a lack of communication, which I believe is what led to the demise of this. And you pulled back your energy, and it took a lot of strength and courage for you to do that, to shut down this cycle. Any obstacles in regards to this? What were the obstacles? Lack of communication, lack of honesty, lack of transparency. Wow. Okay. You were happy with this, but you were dealing with somebody who wasn't working with no. You already know the truth. Okay. This was a hard lesson learned too. Let me tell you that. This was a hard lesson learned. You're saying lesson learned here, Feather. Boy, oh boy. So, the obstacles is this person wasn't telling you the truth, wasn't being forthright, because there could have been some lies or deceit or deception. There could have been some sort of, it's like, even if there wasn't lies, omission of information, it's kind of like a lie. Just because you're not, it's like this person wasn't sharing. They weren't opening up. They weren't sharing information. So yeah, this person may have lied. It's possible, but I feel more of omission because they're not cooperating. They're not talking to you. They're not even trying to open up and express. So you're saying that, you took your time in this. You stayed busy. This really made you happy. This was something that made you feel very warm, and you enjoyed the warmth and the fun. So it was like fun, but that over time, that fun never amounted to anything more. So maybe you had fun with this person, were friends with this person, you had a balance with this person, but this person didn't open up. They weren't communicating. They weren't trying to elevate the connection. So some of you may not have known whether or not this person was involved with someone else. You didn't know whether or not there was anybody else involved. Some of you, it could have been just it didn't deepen. There was no deepening of a connection. Yeah, maybe it was fun and there was a practical connection. Maybe you went out on dates. Maybe you spent time together. But nothing deepened. But from looking at this, you were dealing with something or someone unhinged. And this is a person who's immovable. This is someone who is an immovable force. Try making this work. Good luck. Emperor reverse is somebody who is either married in another connection or who does not want to stand up for a connection. They're not ready. They may look like an adult, but they don't want a connection. This could have also been somebody who was unhealthy. There was a lot of red flags in this that may have surfaced, and it's like, yeah, I seen it for what it was. There was a lot of back and forth or lack of communication, and you're left to figure out what the hell is going on your own. So some of you may have found out that this person was involved with someone else. Some of you may have found out, if that's not the case for you, you may have just found out that over time there were so many red flags. This person was stubborn, very set in their ways. It's always my way or the highway. It's got to be my way or the highway. It was kind of one-sided, to be honest. But there's something about the 3D practical stuff that maybe this person was generous when it came to taking you out or going on dates or offering you things or giving you stuff. And maybe it was fun for a while, but nothing improved. And it became either toxic and unhealthy. This person may have become aggressive, abusive, controlling. And you're like, no. This was a long lesson. This was something that took a while for you to see. So this person showed their true colors. I'm glad I've got the smoke rolling on. I had the sage rolling on that, cleaning out the energy of the studio. But this was a hard lesson learned. Some of you would say a karmic lesson. I don't do that. I work in the 3D. Okay, so spiritual concepts and all that stuff you can find anywhere and everywhere, and a lot of people don't know what the hell they're talking about. So instead of thinking that I know everything, I'm going to tell you what I see in the energy and what I know works from my own experience. Okay, that's all I can do. I'm no freaking spiritual guru. I can give you what I got here, and I would say that this was a hard lesson learned. And it may have taken you a long time to truly see this person's patterns. It may have taken a long time for you to figure out this person's true colors. Sometimes we just don't want to believe that this person can be so generous and giving on one hand and then so unhealthy or toxic in another way. So this could have been addictions. This could have been red flags, toxic behavior, all sorts of stuff, okay? But that's not yours to deal with. This person could have been mixed up in some risky behavior. And again, some of you, this person may have been married or in another connection. But it may have taken you a while to see this. Like, okay. Took a lot of courage for you to pull back your energy and to shut down this cycle, this chapter. There could have been multiple years involved here with this person. It could have been multiple cycles with this person, but you are doing what's necessary to shut this down. Any Oh gosh, spirit advice. The sage done got me. Hey Carrie, how are you? Oh boy. Spirit advice. I got Capricorn, Sagittarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn real strong, Leo real strong. Eesh. Sage advice. Okay. Well, I don't think this is much of a loss, to tell you the truth. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. This was a hard lesson learned, but I don't want you to regret what's happened. I don't want you to regret anything. I don't want you to be sad about anything. And you may miss this person, and that's cool. You're friggin' human. But don't stay in that energy of regret or shame or doubt or blame. Don't self-hate, self-loathe. Don't keep yourself in this emotional swamp. I think that this would have pulled your energy down. Like, this would have pulled your emotions down. This would have been very draining for you. Over time, it just drained you. So it may have started out as fun and flirty and high vibrational, and yes, it was giving and generous, and then over time, it just depleted you. You're talking a year plus. So a year to 6 years, 7 years or more. This would have been very depleting, and it may have taken a while to see this person's true colors. And I'm not saying you're perfect, but you're pretty strong here. Your energy is very strong here as strength, courage, strength, inner strength, which it took a lot to hold back and to stop giving to this and to close down this cycle. And you stayed as high vibrational as you could. You offered this person your loyalty. You were giving and all of that to this person, and yet it wasn't returned. That sucks. But over time, consistent, persistent energy given to this person, you realize they weren't giving back. Not in the way that maybe you were wanting. And I don't really feel like this is much of a loss. I mean, you may miss this person and their energy, but I think that over time, you've already been dealing with missing this person or feeling drained or withdrawn, feeling unhappy, emotionally exhausted by this because you're not getting anything from this person. No communication, lack of communication. You're getting some balances. You hang out, you spend time together. But over time, it just gets worse and worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Starts out great, turns into not so great because you're dealing with somebody who's not giving back. They're not mirroring back to you what you're reflecting. You're very high vibrational. You're probably very positive, very optimistic, very outgoing, upbeat. And this person is like, is there a major age difference here? Or is this person just bitter and sour and hard to deal with? Because it's like they're not talking to you. Even if you're dating and you're sharing time with this person, there's no connection. There's no connection. There's a total disconnect, and it's been happening for a long time. What's up, Redbeard? Any day, anytime, my friend. Any day, anytime. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you in trouble in the culture chat room a couple weeks ago. Oh boy, people don't know my sarcasm. I don't think this is much of a loss. And Spirit's advice is don't hang out in this energy too long. You know, you may miss this person, but no regrets. No regrets, no remorse. You had fun until it was done. And sometimes these relationships just they take their own natural course, and the natural course of this was lesson learned. It's over. You're ready for a new chapter. So don't fight yourself. There's no need to fight yourself. In reality, this wasn't giving or as generous as it either started out to be or as you thought it to be. And that's led to some bitter energy, some resentments, or some bitter energy within you. It's like, you know, don't miss this. Did you have fun? Did you have fun and enjoy yourself for a while? Did you learn some lessons? Okay, you're a strong individual. Don't hold on to this any longer than you have to, because it would just end up depleting you even further. Don't allow that to happen, okay? Like, hey, lesson learned. Peace out, yo. Say goodbye to the devil. This one would have been hard for you, and the universe is even saying it. You got to choose yourself, and you got to let it go. Okay. We got to do the responsible thing, and we got to make adult choices sometimes, and that's what's needed to happen here. You got some bitterness and some resentments, regrets for dealing with this person. Don't do that to yourself, because you're just beating yourself up. And, you know, relationships just take a natural course. Sometimes they are meant to be in our life for a season, not forever. And this happened to be somebody that was meant to teach you a lesson, or that was supposed to be there for a period of time, not forever. That's hard to hear, but you know, the wheel of fortune is on this twice. The wheel is spinning on this. Like, it's time for a new chapter. It's time to learn this lesson and to allow the beautiful things into your life. This was not what you may have wanted it to be, but sometimes, thank you, universe, for that, for the fun that I did have, and for the lessons that I did learn, for having a connection. At least I wasn't alone. Whatever it was, whatever silver linings you can pull out from that connection, do it. You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't make the wisest choices. Maybe you didn't have some great boundaries when you met this person. Maybe your boundaries are a lot stronger now. Maybe you're a lot different now. So it's like, just don't allow this to hold you back any longer than you need to be held back. I think you've been holding yourself back long enough. And the universe is saying it's time to get out of this confusion. Stop being dazed and confused and unhappy. You've been kind of forcing yourself to hold back or hold on to this, when it's time to choose yourself. Get out of this confusion. You're going to feel a lot better when you let this go and just leave it where it is. It's like, if this person neglected you in the physical or in the emotional, if you felt abandoned by this person, or you felt like this person may have ghosted you or just left you, just like they friend zone you or zoned out on you, it is what it is. Don't hold on to all of the heavy and negative energies. Pull out the silver linings where you can, because you are about to start a new journey with someone else, somewhere else, whatever that may mean for you. But this is not for you anymore, and you already know it. And it's like, I don't think it's much of a loss in all actuality. I don't feel like it's much of a loss. I'm so sorry for saying that, for those of you that are in pain and hurting, and I think you'll miss this person, but I think you you held this relationship together, or you may have thought that it was more than what it was. Yeah, I think you held this together. Yang, number one. It's time for a new beginning somewhere else with new friends and new people. Change is in the wind. So it's time for a new beginning. It's time to evolve and move forward. You've evolved. You've learned some things. Okay, Treasure Island. So you're heading towards wish fulfillment. This wasn't it. This was something that looked shiny, but it's time for you to really think about this and head in a different direction. Yeah. Change isn't always easy, but there was so much chaos and conflict in this. It's sometimes all of the chaos and conflict is within ourselves. You know, the majority of chaos and conflict is inside. So this person may have looked shiny and may have looked like a nice, pretty penny. They may have looked like a golden opportunity, but it didn't turn out to be that way. Okay, so it's like sometimes we see somebody for who they truly are, and it may take a while. And sometimes we put more expectations on someone, or we work something up in our head to be, or someone, we work it up or work them up to be something more than they are. So you've got a new opportunity coming in here, and a lot of you, some of you, if it's finance, some of you, financial flow is going to be improving big time. your finances are going to improve something. So some of you may be getting a new job, heading in a new direction. But you're getting some wish fulfillment here. Change isn't always easy, but from what I'm looking at, from what the universe is telling you, like, I think you may have made this out to be more than what it was, or you may have saw this person as something larger than life, or maybe you put them on a pedestal and they shattered that dream or that illusion. Let's not put those illusions out there. Let's try not to do that, because that can be unhealthy for us. It can keep us hanging on to somebody that's barely giving to us. So we may be dealing with somebody who's a friend or friends with benefits, or somebody we're dating and they're barely giving us, they're donating time to us, but they're not communicating with us. They're not sharing any information with us. They're not being transparent. There's no deepening of a connection. It could be sex only, or just, I'll see you when I see you kind of energy. That's not a fucking relationship. That's not a relationship. That's not a great relationship. And it's definitely not satisfying. So if you're looking for somebody and you're paying attention to relationships, so good job, and you're paying attention to red flags, but this one took a long ass time. I mean, you're talking, some of you, years to figure this out. And maybe you're now, hopefully you've learned a lesson of how to recognize red flags earlier on. And for those of you that are interested in finding out how to observe and mirror properly, what's up, Miss Shannon? I love you. How are you doing? And hello, Brandy. You are welcome for the reading. For those of you that are interested in learning how to observe and mirror when dating, I am almost finished with my online course that teaches you how to do that, so that you can recognize it's specifically geared to teach you how to recognize red flags in dating. That's in texting, in communication, and in person. So that you don't have to go through this. It's so you don't have to go through years of this kind of stuff, when you can recognize things so much faster, and within 2 months time, 3 months tops, most of the time, not even a month, you can recognize a lot of red flags and do away with situations that aren't suited for you. It's kind of like this. Yeah, you're gonna miss this person because you love this person unconditionally. Cool, I love that. But just because you love someone unconditionally doesn't necessarily mean that you have to hold on to them and try and hold something together when they're not working with you. They're not trying to work things out with you, when they're toxic or unhealthy. It's like, I really, like, the universe is trying to bring in great things for you. It is time. It's time. Like, divine time is stamped on this twice. So is the world. So it is now time to shut this chapter down. You've spent enough time in this. And with all that sadness and that depression, don't feel guilty about this. Really try your best to release all of this negativity, because that's really been pulling you down. No remorse, no regrets. You know, what'd you learn? And even if you didn't learn anything, or you don't want to even think of that, be like, damn, I'm free of that shit. Hallelujah. I'm free of that shit. It's time for a new dawn, a new day. I'm choosing myself, and I'm leaving this exactly where it's at. I'm going to leave this person out in the cold. I'm leaving it right where it is, and I'm going to let the universe take care of it. So them's words, them's message. That's what I got for you. But for those of you that are interested in the course, the mirroring and observing course, just drop it in the comment section down below, and I will do a video when I release it, when I finally release it, which should be within the next couple days. Just fine tuning some things. I wanted it to be very in depth because it's very important that we, especially if we've been in toxic and unhealthy relationships, and we don't know how to recognize those red flags easily, when we've been manipulated and mistreated and stuff. I really want y'all to use what you have, and that's your intelligence. Sometimes we don't know how to do it ourselves, but I want to be able to teach you how to do it easily. So I wanted it to be very in depth, so that you not only know how to do it in person, you know how to pay attention when it's through text and online dating too. We did great during the storm. I did great. We did great. A lot of water. My roads were underwater. I'm out here in the middle of the swamp for 2 days. They were underwater. And we have another tropical storm headed this way next week. Yay! I need to find out when I can get outside and get some yard work done, because it's a jungle out here and it is wet. That's awesome, Redbeard. Oh gosh, Redbeard, you're so funny. Them's the words, them's the messages. That's what I got for y'all today. Until next time, like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all around real soon. Namaste.